You ever scroll through YouTube thinking, what in the world did I just see? Well, today's headline might do exactly that. Deion Sanders, NFL legend, swagger-filled coach, and now cancer survivor, may have just gone Instagram official in the most unexpected way. Right beside him during one of the most vulnerable moments of his life, actress and model Karrueche Tran. That's right, Coach Prime and Karrueche, together in a hospital room, holding hands, sharing tears. And fans are losing their minds. So what's the real story behind this surprising connection? Is this a genuine romance or just close friendship? And how does all of this tie into Deion's recent cancer battle? We've got everything you need to know about this possible new couple, the reactions from fans, and what both of their pasts tell us about this unexpected pairing. Let's break it all down. Let's start with the serious stuff. Deion Sanders recently revealed that he had surgery to remove his bladder after doctors discovered a tumor. The news came as a shock to fans who had been wondering why the usually high-energy coach seemed quieter during the offseason. Sanders lost over 25 pounds and described the experience as dynamic and tough. But here's the good news. According to his doctors, there are no traces of cancer now, and he's expected to keep coaching at the University of Colorado this season. At a press conference held at the Dell Ward Athletic Center, Sanders was joined by his medical team, who praised his resilience and determination. But it wasn't just doctors by his side. In a YouTube video documenting the experience, one particular face surprised everyone watching. Karrueche Tran, visibly emotional and clearly invested in his recovery. The video left viewers stunned. In a deeply personal scene, Karrueche is seen wiping away tears and explaining, "We are dealing with bladder cancer, and we're here to fully remove the bladder." Sanders is nearby, calmly texting his sons about the surgery, while Karrueche holds his hand and walks alongside him as he's wheeled into the operating room. For a couple that never publicly confirmed anything, this was a very intimate moment to share. Suddenly, all those whispers and tabloid reports from earlier in the year seemed a lot more real. If this isn't confirmation, it's the closest thing we've seen. Fans were quick to connect the dots, especially considering that dating rumors had already been swirling since early 2025. So where did these rumors start? The pair were first spotted holding hands in Los Angeles earlier this year, reportedly outside a popular West Coast restaurant. Instagram gossip pages, like Dumois, picked it up almost immediately. And while neither Sanders nor Tran addressed it directly, the internet did what the internet does best: speculate. Sources say they may have met through mutual professional circles. In fact, Tran previously worked on a project produced by Deion's ex-fiancée, Tracy Edmonds. She also starred in Season 2 of Games People Play, which Edmonds executive produced. Add to that some whispers that Roxy Diaz, Sanders' podcast co-host, helped introduce them, and suddenly, it all starts to click. But of course, no internet rumor is complete without a healthy dose of controversy. Much of the conversation quickly turned toward the couple's age gap. Deion Sanders is 57, Karrueche Tran is 36. That 21-year difference had social media split right down the middle. Some fans were critical, saying things like, "She's young enough to be his daughter," or suggesting she's dating for the bag. Others brought up Deion's past health issues, with some going so far as to mock his surgeries and physical condition. While many of these comments crossed the line, they reflect a common narrative in the celebrity world. When a high-profile man dates a younger woman, opinions fly fast and loud. But the flip side of the conversation is just as vocal. Karrueche's fans have come out in support, pointing out that at 36, she's a grown woman capable of making her own relationship decisions. Some argue that this pairing makes more sense than people think. Tran has dated older, established men before including Victor Cruz and Quavo, and she's carved out her own successful career as an Emmy-winning actress. Her fans argue she doesn't need to date up for financial stability. And honestly, anyone who's followed Deion Sanders' life knows he's not just a football coach. He's a brand, a mentor, a family man, and someone who takes his faith and personal growth seriously. So maybe, just maybe, there's more compatibility here than meets the eye. It's also worth noting that Sanders has 5 children from 2 previous relationships. His ex-wife Pilar Sanders is the mother of 3, Shadur, Shiloh, and Shelami, while his ex Carolyn Chambers is the mother of Deandra and Deion Jr. Despite the usual drama that can follow public relationships, sources close to the family say Carolyn has no issue with the rumored romance. In fact, she recently reposted one of Sanders' motivational quotes on Instagram, which many interpreted as a quiet sign of support. That's not something you see every day. An ex supporting the current love interest. If true, it shows a mature co-parenting dynamic and a possible green light for this new chapter in Sanders' personal life. Meanwhile, social media continues to dissect every frame of that YouTube hospital video. From Karrueche's body language to Deion's calm demeanor, fans are combing through every moment like it's a scene from a movie. And honestly, this kind of attention is nothing new for either of them. Karrueche spent years in the public eye thanks to her past relationship with Chris Brown and her steady rise in Hollywood. Deion, on the other hand, has been in the spotlight for decades, first as a Hall of Fame athlete, then as a sports analyst, and now as one of the most talked about college coaches in the country. Together, their public profiles amplify everything, especially when emotions and health are involved. Still, amid all the buzz, one thing should not be overlooked. Deion Sanders just beat cancer. That alone deserves the spotlight more than any gossip headline. His resilience, positivity, and openness about the experience have inspired fans far beyond the football field. Sharing his journey through YouTube, including such a raw and personal moment, shows just how deeply committed he is to transparency. Whether or not this relationship with Karrueche Tran becomes a long-term thing, it's clear she played a meaningful role during one of the most difficult periods of his life. And that speaks volumes, regardless of age, fame, or public opinion. So what comes next for Coach Prime and Karrueche Tran? That's still anyone's guess. Neither party has made an official statement, and maybe they never will. But if their recent appearance together says anything, it's that they're not hiding either. What we do know is that Deion Sanders is alive, coaching, and clearly surrounded by people who care about him. As for Karrueche, whether she's a friend, a partner, or something in between, she's shown up for someone going through a life-altering battle. And in the end, maybe that's what matters most. Thanks for watching, and if you found this breakdown interesting, hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and let us know in the comments what you think. Real couple or just close friends? While the public continues to speculate, it's worth mentioning that this isn't the first time Deion Sanders has handled rumors and headlines with class. Known for his charisma and cool demeanor, Coach Prime rarely lets the noise distract from his mission, on or off the field. Throughout his career, he's shown a pattern of turning life's toughest moments into teachable ones. From overcoming injury and personal setbacks to navigating multiple roles as a father, mentor, and leader, Sanders always brings the conversation back to growth. His decision to share his cancer journey so openly may help others facing similar battles feel less alone. And if Karrueche Tran happens to be a part of that journey, then their story, whatever it may be, is unfolding in a way that's surprisingly human and relatable. On Karrueche's side, this public support of Deion marks a noticeable shift from her previous relationships. Unlike the tabloid-heavy coverage during her time with Chris Brown or the more subtle presence of Victor Cruz, This moment with Sanders feels intimate and grounded. There's no red carpet, no glamorized vacation photos, just a quiet hospital hallway and a tearful moment beside a man undergoing serious surgery. That kind of presence speaks volumes. Whether it leads to a full-blown relationship or not, Karrueche is showing a side of herself that fans haven't often seen. And perhaps that's what's resonating so deeply with viewers. The reminder that real connection sometimes happens in the most vulnerable of moments, not the most glamorous. As the weeks go on, fans will undoubtedly continue watching, speculating, and maybe even rooting for this surprising duo. But regardless of what the future holds, one thing is clear. This story is bigger than just celebrity dating gossip. It's about resilience, companionship, and what it looks like to stand by someone during a health crisis. Coach Prime is back on his feet, already planning for the season ahead. And Karrueche? Well, she may have just quietly confirmed a relationship without saying a word. Only time will tell what's next. But for now, this moment between two high-profile individuals has reminded us all that sometimes real life is more powerful than any headline.